Students, in this video session, I am going to explain about one of the important concept which is present in the first unit. It was a frequently asked question for your university exam, as well as this is the very important next basics level in your C program, that is control structure. First of all, we have to know what is control structure. In Python also we explained what is control structure. What is control structure? Control structure is nothing but able to change the flow of execution. Okay, normally your program will be executed in the sequential order, one by one, next line. But control structure, with the help of control structure, we can able to skip the lines. We can able to change the flow of execution of the program. Okay, so control structure is used to control the flow of execution. Which line want to be executed, that is which statement want to be executed, that thing will be determined by this control structure. The whole control structure is divided into decision statement or selection statement or conditional statement or branching statement. These all are this if else, nested if, else if ladder and switch. This conditional statement has different names: decision statement, selection statement, conditional statement, branching statements. Okay, if you got the question like this, you have to explain if else, nested if else if ladder, then switch case. Okay, and the second category is looping or iterative. Okay, in C program there are three types of loop. One is for loop, while loop, and the next one is do while loop. Again, in the unconditional statements are called as jumping statements. Okay, break, continue, go to. So this is the whole structure of control structure or control statements. Okay, in that first I am going to explain about this conditional statement. What is conditional statement? I already told control structure means used to change the flow of execution. So conditional statement means depend upon one condition, the flow of execution will be controlled. Okay, there should be one condition, depend upon that condition, the flow will be determined. Which statement want to be executed, which statement should not be executed, that should be determined by the condition. If the condition is true, some certain statements will be executed. If the condition is false, some other certain statements will be executed. So in the conditional statement, the first category is if condition. So if also, as it is a conditional statement, it should have one condition. Okay, if is used to check the condition whether it is true or false. If it is true, the body of the if or the statements which is belongs to the if will be executed. All of you got it? If condition is used to check the condition whether it is true or false. If the condition is true means it is 1, it return 1. If the condition is false means it's written 0. Any non-zero values are denoted that the condition is true. For example, I will say with the example, if 10, then this condition is true. If -1, it is also the condition is true. If 0 means the condition is false. 0 denotes false and any other value, any value denotes true in the if statement. So first I will explain the syntax of the if condition. See the syntax. If there should be a condition. What is condition? A simple condition. A greater than B. Using relational operator, I write a condition. Okay, if this condition is true means the statements belongs to if. We say it is a body of if. The statements which comes inside the curly braces should be executed. If the condition is false means the statement should not be executed. See this flow diagram. If the condition is true, statements will be executed. If the condition is false, it will come out of the statements. I am going to explain one important thing. Where you have to put the curly brace, and where you are not, you no need to put the curly brace. If the if statement have only one statement, no need of curly brace. If the if statement have, if any block have more than one statement, at that time we are going for the curly braces. For one statement, there should not, we no need to use the curly braces. All of you understood? So first I will explain with one program, so you will get the clear sketch about the if condition. Okay, so program to find the person is eligible to vote. Okay, who is eligible to vote? As per Indian Constitution, if the person age is greater than 18, he is eligible to, greater than equal to 18, he is eligible to put the vote. Okay, so how many variables is here required here? What's the condition here? Whether the person age is greater than 18 or not. So how many variables required? Only one variable is required. Age is the variable. Okay, all of you understood? So first you have to think logically like that, how many variables required, what you are going to do, then after that only you are going to start the program. So first hash include stdio.h. What's the need of this line? You are including all the standard input output functions in your program. Okay, then void main denotes starting position of your program. Now how many variables required? Only one variable. Whether age denotes integer data type or float, any other thing. Always your age is the round digit number, right? So we can use integer. So int age. Now get the input for this age. Okay, how you will get the input? Using scanf. Scanf, it is integer, right? So percentage d is the control string. Percentage d is the control string for integer, comma address of age. So what will happen? In the memory age 2 bytes was allocated. This address, for example 111, it was denoted by this ampersand. So in the output screen, if you want to give a notification, means here you can use printf, enter age. Okay, all of you understood? Now I am going to use the if condition. What's the syntax? If, then in the bracket age, I am going to write the condition. What's the condition? Age greater than equal to 18. What is this symbol? Greater than equal to, right? Sorry. You have to put greater than equal to. Greater than equal to 18. Now, if only one statement is coming here, means you no need to put the curly brace. If you put the curly brace also, it's nothing wrong. So print he is eligible. He is eligible. Then this thing you have to end it, right? So end it. So how it will work? First I will explain. This is the starting position of your program. I am declaring one variable, it belongs to integer data type. I am getting the input for this age. Then I am checking condition whether age is greater than equal to 18. Suppose in the output screen, enter age. Enter age. I am giving 23 for example. So here it will check the condition whether 23 is greater than equal to 18. Whether condition is true. Yes, the condition is true. So it will print he is eligible. Suppose I am giving the age is 15. So what will happen? Here it will check a condition. 15 greater than equal to 18. Condition false. So what will happen? It will come out here. Here any statement is here. No statements are there. So it will execute it will exit the program. Suppose here any statement is there means it will be executed. All of you got it? But here it is a one-way decision statement. Only one thing I can able to check. He is eligible. Okay, I can able to check he is eligible. Or he is not eligible, I can't able to check here. Okay, I am not able to check it there. That's the reason they introduced the second concept, if else. It is a two-way decision. With a one condition, I can check two things. Only one condition I am using, but I can able to check two things. Okay. So see here, two blocks. One block is if, another block is else. If the condition is true, if block will be executed. If the condition is false, what will happen? Else block will be executed. If one condition is true means the certain statements will be executed. If it is false means another certain statements will be executed. See the syntax. If condition statements. If it is true, the statements will be executed. Suppose if it is false, the else statements will be executed. See the flow diagram. Condition true means this, false means this statement. So here I can use one small modification. Okay. If age is greater than 8 means he is eligible, right? Else print he is not eligible. He is not eligible. That's it. The condition is true. The condition is true, this statement. If the condition is false, else statement will be executed. Suppose age greater than equal 15 greater than equal to 18. Condition false. What will happen? It will print he is not eligible. Okay. Here I am doing one small modification. Program to find odd or even. So how many variables required to find odd or even? Single number. You are giving a input as single number. I am checking whether it is odd or even. What is odd? What is even? If the number is divided by 2 and you get the remainder is equal to 0, then we say it is a even number. When the number is divided by 2, if your remainder is not 0, then we say it is a odd number. So how many variables required? Only one variable is required. So I am putting A. Enter value. Okay, here I am as an A. Okay, listen. First I include the header files. Void main is the starting position. I declared one variable. Okay, here the printf statement, enter a value. I am giving the notification in the output screen. Then using scanf, integer is %d. So ampersand A. I am getting the input for this A. Now I am checking a condition here. A divided by 2 equal to 0. If it is true means even number. If it is false means else. Okay, odd number. How it will work? Here the condition will be checked. Okay, in the output screen, enter a value. Enter a value. Suppose my value is 4. 4 divided by 2. What is the remainder you will get? You will get the remainder. See here, one important thing is here. which symbol you are using? Which symbol you are using? Modulus symbol you are using. Modulus means it will take the remainder as answer. Remainder as answer. So if you are divided 4 with 2, 2 2s are 4. Your answer is 0. So here your answer is 0. 0 equal to 0. Condition is true. If it is true, you will get even number. Suppose your input is 5. 5 means you won't get the remainder 0. Some other number you will get. At that time, it will take the else part, odd number. And one more thing, important thing, don't put any semicolon in the if condition or else. Why? Your if block starts here. Your if block is starting here, not ended here itself. So don't put the semicolon. Whether this curly brace is required? Whether this curly brace is required? No need. Why? Only one statement is present inside the if. So you no need to put curly brace also. All of you got it? Okay. Now we can see the next type of conditional statement, that is nested if. Okay. What is nested if? Anyone? Nested means one thing is present inside another. What is nested? One thing is present inside another. Here also, if one if else is defined inside the another if else, or one if else statement is present inside the another if else statement, means we say it is the nested if else. What is nested? If one if else statement is present inside the another if else, we say it is the nested if. See the syntax. If condition 1, okay, if this condition is true means, if this condition is true means only it will check the second condition. Again, if this condition is true means this statements will be executed. Suppose if it is false means this else. Again, here itself it's false means this else. All of you understood? One if else is present inside the another if else. This is the inner if else and this is the outer if else. If one if else is present inside the another if else, okay, that is nested. For this if, this is the else. For this if, this is the else statement. See the diagram, so you will get the clear sketch semantics. Okay. First, the first condition is true means it will check the second condition. Here if it is true means true statements will be executed. If it is false means else statements will be executed. Suppose the first condition is false means directly the false else statement. It won't go to the inner thing. All of you got it? The important thing is, if the first condition is true only, it will go inside the nest if or nested if. Otherwise, it won't go to the nested if. Okay. So, I will explain with one program. Okay. So, here also program to find a number is positive or negative or equal to 0. Okay. So how many inputs required? Find a number, only one number. So one variable is enough. So I declared variable, only one variable, int a. Now I am going to get the input for this a. So print enter a value. Okay. Then this line is used to get the input. Scanf, as it is a integer, the control string is %d. For denoting the address, ampersand a. Now I am going to checking a condition. If a greater than equal to 0. The first condition is if a greater than 0 means curly brace. If a equal to 0, printf number is 0. Else printf number is positive. For this is the else. For this, another else. Else printf number is negative. Okay, now I will explain the program. Till this I explained. I got the input. First I am checking a condition. For example, your A is now 5. A is 5. 5 greater than equal to 0. Whether the condition is true or false. 5 is greater than 0, right? True. So if it is true, it will come to the inner if. So here I am checking whether A is equal to 0. Whether A is equal to 0, no. A is 5. So already the first condition is A is greater than equal to 0. So in the else I can print it is a positive number. Why? Positive number means it is greater than 0. What's the first condition? A is greater than equal to 0. So I can print number is positive. So if this is false, it will come to the else. Suppose my input is minus 5. Now what will happen? Minus 5 greater than equal to 0. Condition false. So directly it will come to the else and print number is negative. Suppose your input is 0. 0 equal to 0 greater than equal to 0. Greater won't work. Equal to will come. So condition true. So it will come here. A equal to 0. So you will get the output number is 0. All of you got it? So in this video I explained if else and nested if student. I hope you understand this program, students. Thank you.